Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we're going to go over the H5P24W air conditioner from our friends at TCL. Now, just before we get started, this is unsponsored. They haven't given this to us. I bought this at Best Buy. I'll mention them a number of times. Completely unsponsored. They didn't give us anything. There's no money being paid. So everything I'm about to say is totally honest. So if you like the video, please give us a big thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. So the first thing to look at when you're looking for an air conditioner is the BTUs. And you might look at this and say, well, there's a 5,000 BTU and a 7,500 BTU label on the same product. What's that about? Well, the 7,500 is the old standard. And like a lot of standards, they're being revamped. So the new standard, by the new standard, this is only a 5,000. And a 5,000 BTU is about enough to do a 200 square foot room, which is exactly what this is rated for, and that is what my bedroom, my master bedroom is, yeah, give or take. And the standards, if you care, is SACC is the new standard. That's the one you really want to look for. And the old standard is Ashrae, and that's pretty much garbage. The only reason to use the Ashrae standard is if you're comparing it to your existing older air conditioner. Next thing is the brand, TCL. So TCL is a company that's a giant Chinese company. I have a number of TCL products, never had a problem with them, but I did buy this at Best Buy so that I can take it back if there is a problem. So TCL was a company that was nowhere in North America 10 years ago, really started getting places about 5 years ago, and now in 2023, they're freaking huge. So they sell millions of these kinds of units, and I expect the quality on this to be very high. The next thing to consider, is it a single hose air conditioner or a double hose air conditioner? Single hose air conditioners are cheaper. And why are they cheaper? Because they do less. This unit is a single hose, and we'll unbox it and we'll put a single hose, just one, big pipe into our window. And that pipe will expel hot air from the room. Well, if the air is coming out of the room, where's it coming from? Well, it's coming from in the room, and that's going to create a bit of a vacuum. So where does the air actually come from? Because, you know, you're not going to get zip-locked in there. Well, it's going to come from under the doors and other places. These don't do quite as good a job as the dual hose air conditioners, which is why it's only good for about 200 square feet. A dual hose, on the other hand, has two hoses, as you might expect. The first one expels hot air from the room, and the other one brings in cool air from outside. So it doesn't have that vacuum inside your room. It's not a crisis. A lot of these are single hose these days, and for what I need, because I'm in Canada and I'm only going to need this 10, 15, maybe 20 days out of the entire year, this is just fine for me. Now, if you're in Texas or Florida or Southern California, you might want to spring for the dual because it's a bigger deal. One of the features that everybody likes to promote is that it says that they have 3-in-1 garbage. 3-in-1 just means it's an air conditioner plus a fan plus a dehumidifier. Well, you can't have an air conditioner without a dehumidifier, and it's pointless without a fan. In other words, it's just an air conditioner, so don't get sucked into this 3-in-1 thing. It's nothing. The reason I bought the TCL H5P24W is for the W. And the W, in this case, stands for wireless. And you think, why would you care if your air conditioner is on Wi-Fi? Good question. You care if your air conditioner is on Wi-Fi, or what they're calling here a smart portable air conditioner, because what that means is there's an app for it. And that app can actually be controlled through Amazon Alexa or Google Home. In my case, Google Home. And I really like that because I just want to do it through my voice command, and you can do that with this. And just a few other things to consider before we get to unboxing this, setting it up, and doing the proper review. This comes with a 1-year parts and labor warranty, and oddly, it only has 2 speeds for the fan and 2 speeds for the air conditioning. And considering that it's just a rheostat, just a switch, they could make it as many as they want. So I'm not sure why they went to 2, but that's what they did. The last thing before we get to unboxing it is, where can this be used? Well, it can be used in any window that's up to 59 inches. So that's about 5 feet. So if you have a window that's less than 5 feet, this will work for you. So this is telling you which windows are supported. So sliding windows are supported, double hung windows are supported. However, I have, as you can see, a non-supported casement style window, better known as a crank out. And why that's not supported is because if you put the vent in the window, there's no way to seal it up. So that's not very good. However, I went to Home Depot and spent dollars on a light diffuser from an old fluorescent light that you hang in the ceiling, and I cut it so it fits in the window here. You could use a piece of cardboard as well, but I use this light diffuser because it looks prettier in the window. Hose. This is weather stripping to help you fit it in the window. I don't need that. And then the fittings, which you'll see how we use in just a moment. Then there's the quick install guide, the remote, and they even give you batteries. All right, so let's take a look at the unit. Got to pull off this little piece of tape, which is holding the vent doors closed. This thing's going to draw a lot of power, and if you've got a hair dryer or something else in here, yeah, you're probably going to blow your fuse. So don't do that. When you're running the air conditioner, pretty much just run the air conditioner. All right, I'm in North America, so I have the typical North America 110 plug outlet. If you're other parts of the world, you'll have a different one. Around the back, you can pull this down to clean this screen, but most people aren't going to bother. If you have a garden hose, you can screw it in here, and the excess water that's taken out from the dehumidifier can go through the hose to whatever receptacle you want, a pan, a bucket, whatever else you want. And if you don't have a garden hose, you can simply, or you live in a place like I do with very limited humidity, you can simply rely on this drain. If the humidity gets to be too much for this thing and it starts filling up, what'll happen is it'll come up with an icon on the screen, and it's telling you need to drain this. And all you do is unscrew this guy, pull this little cap out, and put a pan under here first, of course, to let the water drain. So there's the remote control. You just pop the batteries in. Once they're in, we can set it on here so we don't lose it. This piece with the rectangular connector on it goes back here, and you simply slide it in like that. Expand the venting tube a bit, put it in, and just screw it in like you would anything else. Now to transport this is kind of ugly, so probably best to slide it off. Push that little button in and slide it up. So here it is in my bedroom, and you can see I've got it connected. I just slid that in like I showed you before. Bent the tube, brought it up to the window. This just snaps in, and this is 3 pieces. And one of the pieces has a little plastic plug in it, so you can expand and contract this connector to fit your window. Now you might be looking at this window saying, that's the kind of window that's not supported. There's a reason for that, buddy. Yeah, well, I've got a fix for this. And as I mentioned before, it's a diffuser from a light fixture. So let's just pop that in. And there you go. And you can see I just did a rough cut around the crank, and it kind of fits in there. Now if I wanted to make it tight, I could put tape down here, but I'm not going to bother with that because, again, I've only got this for a few days out of the year, and it really is not going to make that much difference. So let's go turn it on. 64. Nope. I'm a Celsius guy. So to change this from Celsius to Fahrenheit, use the remote. There we go. That's a happy number. And I can see it's on air conditioning, not just dehumidifier or fan. There's the timer, fan speeds, temperature change. That's your function. And what's odd here is that this isn't motorized. The doors, you have to open them manually. That's a bit weird. And you can see it's actually only using a small part of this vent, which is also a bit weird. The air does feel quite cool. I'm going to let this run for an hour, and we'll see what the temperature's like in here. Let's take a look at the air conditioner. Well, it's putting out some cool air, but it really isn't doing much for this room. So it's the next day, and I've had an evening to test the TCL air conditioner, and I've decided it's going back. Why is it going back? Well, because my nearly 10-year-old Danby is a better product. It's actually putting out more cool air, even though it's rated less and it's ancient. In addition to it putting out more cool air, let me explain some of the features that this ancient box has that the new TCL does not have. The first thing, when you power it up, the vents open automatically, and there's louvers in the background that slide back and forth so it distributes air throughout the room, which is really nice. That's the first thing. The second thing is the water reservoir. The water that's pulled out of the air from this air conditioner, this Danby, goes into this reservoir. This giant tank just clips on the back. My problem is the clip doesn't work very well. So what I did is I just took the caps off of this, as you can see, and I've put this little cap that I found, I don't even know where, and I just have it as a spigot now. It just fills up and just pours out into here. As a result, I would never need to drain this. And the third thing that this has that the TCL does not is this. It's a double pipe. So this is the cool air coming in, this is the hot air going out. There's suction there, and there's hot air pouring out of there. And as a result, this unit is just doing a better job, which is disappointing because I know this Danby, it's not doing near the job it did when it was new, but it's doing a better job than the new TCL. Hey, so if you found this video useful, please give us the big thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe's also always appreciated. It really helps with the Google algorithms. And if you have any questions or concerns, easy. Just get a hold of us directly at www.urtech.ca. That's www.urtech.ca. Or you can leave a question or comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody's got an opinion. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.